Good morning, boys and girls, and once again, happy Friday after what has been a very short week in school this week. You've only had yesterday and today of online learning because you had a very long weekend, which was nice. And even better in the long weekend was that it was snowing outside, so I'm sure lots of you had great fun in the snow. Certainly I know my wee boy, we went out sledging and he absolutely loved it, and I think maybe there's a possibility of some more snow on Saturday as well, so you might get back out in the snow as well. So it was nice to have that at the weekend, and it meant that lots of people could get out and you had an extra few days on holiday and got to spend some time with your family and your friends. Okay, so it's been a very short week this week, and when I spoke last week to you, I said that I was going to ask the teachers if in some cases they would like to choose 2 certificate winners this week, which most of them have done. So I'm going to have to go through all of the names of the children who have been working so exceptionally hard on Shobi and who have won a Pupil of the Week certificate. Now, as I said before when I was giving these out, Mrs. Collins, who's working at home, is keeping a note of all these children, and she's created a lovely certificate so that when we return to school and we're all back together in the assembly hall, we can give all the certificates out. So don't think I got a certificate but I never actually got given one. You will be given them when you come back to school. I think that assembly will take quite a long time if we've got to give all of those out as well. So that'll happen when you come back to school. Okay, now I talked the last time a little bit about primary 1 to 3 coming back. And again, I'm waiting to hear just a bit more information if that's definitely happening. I know Nicola Sturgeon's going to make another announcement on Tuesday. And hopefully then we'll have the go-ahead to come back to school on Monday, the 22nd of February, and as soon as I know any more information, I will be sending it out to you and your parents and carers so that they know exactly what's happening. But I am hoping primary 1 to 3 that I will see you all on Monday the 22nd, and I'm hoping that not long after that we will be welcoming back primary 4 to 7. So as I say, I hope you've all had a great weekend. I hope you all managed to get a rest from your iPads and of all the learning that you've had to be doing online. And next week we'll be back to another full week of learning as we make our way through February, which is really hard to believe considering this is nearly a year that we've been in and out of lockdown. So you've done exceptionally well so far. Now at the end of today's little assembly, I will explain what's going to be happening on a Friday afternoon with the activities that you'll be doing on Shobi. But at the moment I'm going to go through the certificate winners, okay? And I'm going to explain where I can why children have been given particular certificates. Now, all of the children who have certificates this week are either working exceptionally hard online at home and their teachers are witnessing this and they're seeing the level of work that they're putting in, or we've got children who are in school every day and who are working exceptionally hard in school, okay? Because the way it works in school, we've got lots of children together in different classes, so primary 5, 6 and 7 are all together, so they might not get the level of support that you would if you were normally in school. So a lot of them are having to work quite independently and they're doing that very well. And again, with the little ones in, they're having to spend time with different children as well, and it's a total change to their routine. So I'm so proud of how well you're doing both at home and the children who are working hard in here, okay? So I'm going to start off with primary 1 with Miss Kitsia's class. And this is a girl who's been working so hard at home, and particularly with her maths and how well she's doing on Sum Dog. And I think Miss Kitsia said she was top on Sum Dog last week, and that is for Hala. So well done to Hala, because I know she's working very hard at home. And I know at some point she was doing a little bit of work on paper and a little bit of work online, so well done Hala, I'm very pleased. Now the other person who's got a certificate in this class is a boy who's been coming into school. And there's been lots of changes, you know, so every day in the class there's different teachers because the teachers are working from home a lot. And that's hard for little ones to put up with that and to have to deal with different adults in and out their room. But this boy's done exceptionally well, and he's trying really hard when he's in class to stay on task and to not shout out, and he's doing really well with that. So well done to Callum in primary 1, because I know how hard you are working. Now I'm going to move on to Mrs. McGill's class, primary 1A, and again, 2 children in her class who she has said to me are working exceptionally hard, who are engaging online, who are trying as hard as they can with all of the tasks and are making sure that they post it so that Mrs. McGill can see it. And she is delighted with the progress that both of these boys have made. and that is for Kyle Torres and Joey in Mrs McGill's class. So well done, boys. I am so delighted, and can I just say, boys in particular, we are missing your smiling faces coming in every morning, because they are certainly two boys who have big smiles on their faces when they're walking through that gate, so I can't wait to see those smiles again very soon. In primary 2, so this first one in Miss Talent's class is a boy who's been working very hard at home, and one of the things that Miss Talent has noticed when he's uploading his work is how much the presentation of his work is improving and the effort that he's been putting into that. And I am so delighted to hear that, and I am missing this boy terribly as well, and he quite often gives you what he calls butterfly hugs, so when I say that, he'll know exactly who it is. So a huge well done to Logan Rutherford, because I know you're trying so hard at home and you've been working really hard for Miss Talent, and she is very, very proud of you. And the other person in Miss Talent's class is a girl in Miss Talent's class who's actually been in school with us quite a lot, and was sent along to me last week because she'd been doing such good work on telling the time. And again, telling the time is something quite difficult, and lots of children find it really hard. But this girl had worked so hard, and she was sent along to me for a sticker, and she had a massive smile on her face because of her success. So that's a huge well done to Naomi in Miss Talent's class. Well done. Okay, I'm going to move on to Mrs Doherty's class, and I've got two girls in Mrs Doherty's class this week. I think the first girl, her brother's already had a certificate, maybe last week, for working exceptionally hard. And both of these girls, Miss Doherty says, are engaging with enthusiasm, and the level of effort that they're putting in has been outstanding. And the two girls in Miss Doherty's class are Mia Varecchia and Hallie Smith. So well done, girls. I am so proud of you, and you must be working so hard at home, so well done, both of you. Now, primary 3, we're going to move on to, and this is for Miss Carberry. And Miss Carberry is really pleased with how these two children are working. Now, these two children, I know for a fact, work exceptionally hard in class all the time and very quietly get on with their work. This boy in particular is very, very good at his maths and worked so hard last year to learn lots of his tables. And I know this girl, and I'm hoping she's still doing it, was playing the violin, and I'm hoping she's still practicing her violin, because I know she was making good progress with that. So both of these children are trying their best in all activities, which is all we can ask of you. So Jacob and Eunice, well done. I am delighted, and I am not surprised in the slightest, because you work so hard in school as well. In primary 3A, two boys in primary 3A, and the first boy, again, he's got brothers and sisters in the house, so it'll be hard because you need to get a lot of support from people that are in your house. He's in here sometimes, but I know he works at home as well sometimes. And this boy has been working exceptionally hard. He has been engaging with tasks. His teachers was very impressed with the level of the work that he's putting on. And that is Finlay Gray. So well done to Finlay. I am so delighted at the work you have been doing. Now, the other boy in this class is somebody who's been in here, and he's been working very hard on dividing, which is a very, very tricky concept, especially when you're only in primary 3 and you have to try and share things out amongst people. And this boy has been working really hard with this concept, and he is showing success, and he is delighted with himself, as are we. So well done to Caleb Little. We are really pleased for you. Now, moving on to primary 4, and two girls in primary 4. Again, both girls, their teacher has commented on the level of work that they are putting in, how hard they are working, and I am delighted to hear that these two girls have received a certificate, because I saw one of these girls, I think, on Twitter doing a dance the other day, and I was very impressed with it. So well done to Sophia, and well done to Freya Duffy. Fantastic work. Okay, now I'm going to move on to primary 4A. A girl and a boy in this class. Okay, again, both working exceptionally hard, both putting in effort, both have siblings at home who are trying to do work as well, so are maybe fighting for a little bit of attention to try and get support, but their teacher has been so impressed with the work that they've been putting on and the effort that they've been putting into it. So well done to Layla Murray, and a big well done as well to Ethan Conley in that class. Now, I'm going to move on to Miss Waugh's class, and she has picked two girls, and I think, if I remember, one of these girls has already had a certificate, and it might have been me that gave her the certificate, if I remember. Both of these girls have worked exceptionally hard. I'm sure both of these girls handed in pieces of writing on their feelings during COVID, and they were really, really good pieces of writing. And one of the girls I have heard has managed to get a hot tub in her garden during lockdown, which she must be delighted about. Now, the first girl, I think, is just working exceptionally hard, and certainly I've seen the work that she's putting on to Shobi and the effort that she's putting in. So that's for Quinn Carrigan. A massive well done, Quinn, and I hope you're enjoying that hot tub. And the second girl, I'm sure has had a certificate from me already, but is working exceptionally hard, but in particular this week produced a fantastic Scots poem, and her teacher was very impressed with it, so a huge well done to Zara King in that class. Okay, moving on to Primary 5A, and again, two girls in Primary 5A who I know are working exceptionally hard, who have been pushing themselves with their work, who have been engaging with all tasks, who have been putting in 100% effort, and their teacher has mentioned them to me on a few occasions about how impressed she is with these two children, and that's for Chloe McCaffrey and Millie Hart, so well done, girls. In Primary 5B, two boys in Primary 5B. In fact, no, it's not two boys, I am wrong, it's a boy and a girl in Primary 5B. And this boy, again, works very hard when he's in school. Sometimes has found it quite hard because we've gone in and out of lockdown and he's been in school and back out of school, and sometimes he's struggled with that. But actually he is working exceptionally hard at home, and again he's got brothers who are working in the house with him as well, so that's difficult. And he's making sure he engages, so a huge well done to Oliver Moyer. I know how hard you are working. And the second girl, again, works exceptionally hard in school, is putting in even more effort in the house and is making sure she engages with all her tasks. And that's for Elena Ranjibar, so well done to both of you. Now, in Primary 6, I have one pupil of the week, and I think it's actually a very important one and quite a special one as well. It's very difficult during lockdown for everybody, and it's very difficult being away from friends and family. And this girl has actually had to move back to Hungary while lockdown is happening because of things that are happening at home and family matters that are happening. So this girl had to move back to Hungary, and I know her and her sister have been working exceptionally hard, and her teacher said that without fail every morning, you know, they are online as soon as they're supposed to start at 9 o'clock. They're uploading all their tasks, and the work that they are producing is of a very high standard. Now, both of these girls came to our school without a word of English, and they have excelled here, and their dedication to learning is exceptional, and I am very, very pleased, and I know your teacher is very pleased that Naomi has been awarded the Pupil of the Week this week, because I have heard how hard you've been working. So well done, Naomi. And I know that you and your sister are both working exceptionally hard, so please keep it up. In Primary 6A, we move on to Mrs Donnelly's class, and a boy and a girl in Mrs Donnelly's class. A girl who works hard in school, who does extra work, who's worked with Mrs White on different aspects of her literacy to try and get better at it, and her teacher is really impressed with the work that she's doing in the house. And a huge well done to Layla in Mrs Donnelly's class, because I know how hard you're working, and I have looked on to see the work that you're putting on, so well done, because I know you're doing lots of different things online. And a boy, again in Mrs Donnelly's class, a boy who works exceptionally hard every single day in the class, and Mrs Donnelly will mention him to me on more than one occasion. A huge well done to Lewis. Again, the level of work that you're putting on is excellent, so a huge well done to you. Okay, we're moving on to Primary 7, and two children in Primary 7, and again both are going above and beyond, and I've talked about this girl's sister just very recently and how well she has been doing despite being back in Hungary and working exceptionally hard. This girl also sent a piece of writing about her experiences of COVID, and I was really impressed with her piece of writing. So in Primary 7, the Pupil of the Week are Enye and Amira. So well done to them, or Onyi and Amira, sorry. In Primary 7A, we have got two boys in Primary 7A, two boys who have worked very hard at home, have sometimes been in school and had to work. I know one of the boys has been kind of in and out of school and has been working hard, but both of these boys, your teachers, are very impressed with your engagement now in Shobi, your organisation of your work, the level of work that you are putting on, and they are extremely impressed. So well done to both of these boys, and I am delighted to hear these names. So Daniel Caldwell and Jack, a huge well done to both of you. I am very impressed. Now, the Discovery Den, as I spoke before the holidays, Mrs Maiden has now finished up, and Miss Agnew has taken over the work with the children in the Discovery Den. But these two children have been selected because of the high level of work that they're being asked to do by their class teacher and in the Discovery Den as well. And both of these children are in school quite a lot of the time as well, and I've noticed a big difference in their commitment to work in school and at home as well. Firstly, this girl who loves to do anything to do with singing and dancing and music, but is putting such a huge amount of effort into her work and trying to improve her literacy skills and her numeracy skills all the time. And I am so delighted with this name, Ailey Houston. A huge well done to you. And another boy who, again, working exceptionally hard. Mrs Christie has mentioned how hard he's been working when she's been up the stairs with him, as has his class teacher. And I am delighted, and I'm sure Mr Gallagher and Mrs Shannon will be delighted as well, that Ryan Adigalski has been given the certificate for the Discovery Den. I'm going to finish off with Miss Khalil's children who she works with. And again, two children who are just impressing her every day with their commitment, with the level of work that they're putting in, and that is for Yasmin and Manar Rashid. So a huge well done to both of you, because I know how hard you are working, and Miss Khalil has mentioned to me on lots of occasions how proud she is of both of you, so a huge well done. Now, every week I always give a Head Teacher's Pupil of the Week, and the girl that I have picked this week has sent in a piece of COVID writing, and I'm going to post it on my Shobi page so that you can look at it, and I'll talk a wee bit more about that in a wee second. I'm going to post it on my Shobi page so that you can see this piece of writing, because I was very impressed with it. And this girl has written a recount of how she's felt during COVID, and how her emotions have been, and how she's struggled with home learning, and how she's missed her friends, and the difficulties that COVID has brought to us all. Now, this girl has been mentioned by Mrs Scott on a few occasions recently, because she's very impressed with her level of engagement in Shobi, and also just her messages and how much she's engaging every day. And this girl's piece of writing I was reading only this morning, and I had asked primary 4 to 7 if you wanted to send in a piece of COVID writing, I would choose a winner, and this girl has won that competition for me, because I was so impressed with the level of emotion that was in it and how much effort she put into it. And as I say, I will put it onto Shobi for you to look at. I will also read it next week when I'm doing my assembly, but a huge well done to Danielle in primary 7. I am so impressed with your piece of writing, and it certainly summed up the experience probably that a lot of children have had during COVID, so a huge well done to you. So, lots of certificate winners. Okay, I have to have them written down because otherwise I won't remember, so they are all written down, and I apologise if I have missed out a reason that you got a certificate. I try and write down as many reasons as I can. Now, a little bit of good news that you might have seen on Twitter that I wanted to share with you, which I talked about a wee bit last time that Mrs Maiden was finishing up. She has given birth to a beautiful baby girl called Freya, okay? And I know that a certain Freya in our school was delighted when she heard that that was the name she had given her. So Freya was born, and Mrs Maiden and her husband are doing very well. So recently that is 3 little girls that have been born into the Corpus Christi family, with Mrs O'Hare's little girl, and then Mr Gallagher's little girl, and now Mrs Maiden's little girl. So we are delighted to now welcome Erin, Sophia and Freya to the Corpus Christi family, and I will update you whenever I can when they send me photos to let you see how the girls are, okay? So delighted for those members of staff, and I know that Mrs O'Hare and Mrs Maiden are enjoying their maternity leave, and Mr Gallagher is enjoying a bit of paternity leave but working a little bit as well just now, and he will get some time off as well. So we are delighted for those members of staff. Now, on a Friday afternoon, teachers will not be online on Shobi. That will be when they have a little bit of time to do planning and to spend time doing other things with regards to your learning and the curriculum. So on a Friday, I am going to post a grid of activities that you can do with your family, okay, or on your own in your house, and most of them will not require you to use technology, which I think sometimes you need a little bit of a break from. I know Mrs. McMillan has uploaded the grid today, and your teachers will be able to show you where that is. Now, what I've asked is that you post any of the things that you do onto my Showbie page so that I can see them, and so that each week at assembly I can share things that are being done. So for example, this week there are different things to do. So for example, one of them is to plan a family movie night, to make a poster to plan your family movie night. One of them is, and I chose this because it's one of my little boy's favourite things to do, is the experiment where you put the Mentos inside the Coca-Cola and it explodes. Now, I know your parents will be delighted I have picked this as one of the activities, because I certainly love doing this when I am at home. So if you get a chance to do any of these activities, or even more than one, there's quite a few on there, so you can choose from lots of different ones. Please upload photos, videos. If you've made up a dance routine, put it on so I can see it, because I would love to share these at my assemblies every week, okay? Now, tomorrow's your last day and it's the weekend again. As I said, maybe a little bit more snow on Saturday. I will update you next week, hopefully near the start of the week, to your parents and carers about what's happening with primary 1 to 3 coming back, but I'm hoping to see you all very soon. And primary 4 to 7, you just need to stick in for a wee bit longer learning at home, as you are already doing, okay? I am so delighted with the work that's going on. I want to once again, I'm going to do this every week, thank your parents and carers for the level of support that they are putting in, and the teachers and support staff and the clerical staff and everybody in the school who's working really hard as well, both coming into school and doing things for you at home. So thank you so much, and I hope soon things will be back to some sort of normal. But one more day, as I say, any of the tasks that you do of mine, please upload them so I can see them. I would like to share them at some point. Enjoy your weekend, try and get out in the snow again if you can. Again, if you're making snowmen or sledging, please post videos either on your Showbie or on Twitter so that we can share them. Have a lovely weekend. I will see you again next Friday with a whole new load of Pupil of the Week certificates and another very successful week of learning. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you and your families are all safe, and I will speak to you again very soon. Okay, take care.